What are the awkward parts of sex that no one really talks about? The bed noises travel further than expected. My parents don't seem to notice. R/think no. In talking about their bed. Oh. I thought you meant they didn't notice your bed creaking. If you do it on a waterbed, Newton has a message for you. I had a waterbed for the longest time. Not easy to have sex on. Rhythm was always getting fucked up. Also made more noise than a regular bed. I thank baby Jesus every day I got rid of it. Was a good bed before I started getting girls into it. After not so much. Lots of couch sex. Side note, people still own waterbeds. Lol. We literally just got rid of our waterbed in like March. I hated the damn thing. But my boyfriend refused to give it up. I convinced him that it would be way safer for our newborn to lay on. Fat good job, mom. Back in my hookup days I was never really sure how to ask if she was planning to spend the night if we hooked up at my place or if she expected me to stay the night if at her place. It was especially awkward on a weeknight when I had to be at work in the morning. That moment when you have to put a condom on and either go look for it when other person is waiting or he just put it and you stare. It's far less disruptive when the lady does it. The whole first time. I hope to never see that girl again. I'm still embarrassed 10 years later. Dave Attell has a great joke for that. Something like, don't you wish you could go back and have sex to the first person you did it with just to show them how good got at it? Hey, look who's not crying. Perk of my current. So also being the one I lost my virginity to, we get to look back and laugh about the disaster that was my first time. If your partner ejaculates in you, it's got to go somewhere, often where gravity takes it. Frequently this happens immediately after sex. Often it happens the next day while you're at work speaking to Jackie from procurement about cost savings measures and quote comparisons. Learning about this growing up, I always assumed cum stayed up there and just got absorbed. Like how else are the sperm supposed to reach their destination if they just fall out when you stand up? That's why I only have unprotected sex standing up. And in hot tubs. And during full moons. Werewolf confirmed. You haven't lived until you've had werewolf sex. Trying to find your underwear in the sheets. I need a freaking checklist for what clothing everyone had to start. Everyone. #EVERYONE. When you pull a hamstring mid-stroke. As if a stroke wasn't bad enough. This comment had me laughing for a solid minute. When you think your period ended 2 days ago, but when the lights come on the bed looks like it's straight out of a slasher film. The general rule is D will start your period up to 2 days early and clean out the leftovers up to 2 days after. When giving head your jaws starts to cramp, but you don't wanna interrupt his flow. I always get those, that S hurts. Just gotta give more head. You can trust me, I have a really smooth brain. The smoothest. 10 minutes standing over a toilet trying to pee. Same for girls. Praying to pee otherwise for the next whole week you'll pay. This needed to be a part of sex edition. I spent my first couple of sexually active years suffering from constant UTIs or UTI-like symptoms. I went to a doctor about it when I was trying to figure it out. Who told me it was normal to feel like I had a UTI after having sex. B please. I don't remember how I figured out peeing right afterward solved my problems. This is a talk all girls need to get. I got 4 UTIs within the first 3 months I started having sex. One day I was getting up to pee every 8 minutes and in obvious discomfort during my chemistry lecture when the girl next to me I had talked to like 3 times before leaned over and was like, UTI? Do you pee after sex? And I was freaking mind blown. This needs to be talked about more. I love the string of inevitable queefs you get after doggy style. Yup, my husband always pulls out way too fast to change positions so naturally everything fills up with air. Now when we are going to change positions I say remember the correct dismount procedure so he doesn't make me queef. People knock marriage 6, but honestly we love each other and have seen pretty much everything that like men. There's not embarrassment or awkwardness anymore. It's just fun and we can laugh and enjoy ourselves. Marriage or a long-term partner opens so much more exploration. My first organism with my BF is now my husband. Very attentive and open communication. What did you and your BF name your first organism together? My guess is Caden or Tanner, but I could be wrong. This would be a lot sexier if I could deal with the fact that I sort of have to pee. Except I'm so comfortable. I don't want to get up. This is a weekend FFS. Why is it so early? I could handle fooling around at this hour, but not getting out of bed. Ideally we'd just go back to sleep for like even just half an hour. Then I'd get up to use the washroom. Then I'd come back and we'd nap for 10 more minutes of glorious weekend sleepy kinda horny relaxero. We are doing this now apparently. My boyfriend always has 2s first thing in the morning. So sexy morning sex has been very forcibly removed from the table. Alas. I just do it while my girlfriend is still asleep. Clean myself up, hop back to bed, and wake her up works wonders. Not hearing hell breaking loose in the bathroom helps setting up the mood. She's a fortunate gal. I think he's just got a lower sex drive honestly. It's been a real adjustment because it isn't something I've run into in previous relationships. I was operating under the assumption that guys are always DTF. And the first few times where I was in the mood and he wasn't were mildly devastating haha. Everybody is different I suppose. I'm at the point now that if I wake up super Andy and he's already out of bed and playing video games, I'll just DIY. Well if it helps I used to be like that, but over the years my libido changed and lowered. Then it changed back. But yeah guys can be different, and I never considered that this cliché could hurt the other party. Trying to take pants off while wearing skinny jeans. I have yet to unlock the secret of how to actually make this sexy and it always take me an uncomfortably long amount of time to get them off lol. You mean legs bicycling wildly in the air, trapped in flapping slightly clammy denim isn't hot? Damn. Right. How dare this person ruin my only move. I wasn't expecting this to be the funniest Reddit thread I've seen in a while. But between this and a cat going all Mike Tyson on some dude's scrote, it's in high contention. The awkward stuff is the best. I have 2 single beds next to each other to make a king or queen size. Not sure which one it is, and while we were busy, the beds started to separate and we fell in between getting stuck. I tried squirming back up while we were both laughing which made getting back up even harder. Man the awkwardness is great. So glad to see a positive awkward comment here. Me too. The awkwardness is part of it, right? It make you bond on a deeper level which in turn makes the sex way better. Awkwardly shuffling over to the tissues at the side of the bed when you're done. Worse when it comes out 30 minutes later with no warning. Sploosh. But with semen. Gloop. When you are sweating profusely over your partner. I think this is actually super hot. TBH. Not when it drips in your eye. Trust me. Had worse things in my eye. Man. Ha true. I once had a ref buddy who was a total but a great F. But as he was a terrible person I refused to swallow. One time he was almost done I stopped and it went all in his face and eyes. I could not stop laughing. Who's laying on the wet spot? Edit. Till Ben Shapiro has weak D game. One time my boyfriend picked me up and put me somewhere else when we were doing sexy stuff. It was new and exciting, and I was into it, which I figured was why he kept doing it in later sexy times. Made perfect sense in my brain. One day I started to realize that I was always somehow on the wet spot and suspected this fucker has been picking me up. Moving us to my side of the bed, we used to end up somewhere in the middle, and leaving me with the wet spot. I paid more attention and became certain this was the case. I asked him about it straight up. And he started to laugh hysterically because this is exactly why he started doing it. I still like being picked up and moved around, but now I frequently wiggle my way back to his side. For justice. Put down a beach towel. It prevents the problem altogether. But then there wouldn't be justice. See? You understand what's at stake here. Trying to reposition while not catching her hair you dare my load-bearing hands. Or when the sheets are slick and you can't find your rhythm cause your legs are sliding back like a dog dragging belly across the floor. This is so relatable. Literally cracking up at work. But the post had a tag of not safe for work. Some people like to live dangerously. Some of us are in the ed department.